public vigil wraps up here tonight. According to state law in Kentucky, the weapon used in the Louisville mass shooting will be auctioned off after being processed. But law enforcement officials we talked to today say it actually could be decades before that happens, if it happens at all. WKYT's Julia Sandor has more.
When it comes to seizing weapons, the Richmond Police Department follows specific policies and procedures.
So all weapons will be run through the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, the ATF, for a gun trace to make sure they've not been used in any other crimes. And we try to ascertain if that information is available for that.
But according to Kentucky law, KSP will receive firearms and ammunition confiscated by or abandoned by every law enforcement agency.
The gun used in the mass shooting in downtown Louisville could eventually be put up for auction by the Kentucky State Police.
It could only be sold to federally licensed firearms dealers. But Major Josh Hale says Richmond PD has a retention schedule for evidence and case files.
So for murders, we have to keep them for a significant number of years, many decades, before we can even get rid of the evidence and or the file. So there's, the case file itself. So there's a significant amount of time, many past most of our careers, before we can even get rid of the weapon, and that's to be, and only would that weapon be sent to be destroyed.
He says the Louisville Police Department might handle these situations differently, but for Richmond PD, when a case is closed and they hand over a murder weapon to KSP, they usually get a court order or put a note for the firearm to be destroyed. But Major Hale says these things happen far too often, and his heart goes out to those in Louisville. In Richmond, Julia Sandor, WKYT.
And the statute says most of the proceeds from the auction will go to the Office of Homeland Security and 20% will go to Kentucky State Police. You can find